Tonight's episode brought to you by a great big bunch of CGR Undertow. It's a DVD that you can watch. In this game, popsicles make you stronger. I can't think of a better message to send to kids than that. Also, vegetables are evil, and they want to take over the world, and they must be stopped. Broccoli, Hitler, hey, what's the difference? One cleanses your liver, the other was a huge asshole. It's Ice Cream Surfer for the Nintendo Wii U. Just when you thought you've seen it all, yeah, here comes Broccoli Hitler and his odious onions, bloodthirsty Brussels sprouts, contemptible collard greens, here to take over the earth and ruin everyone's dinner with all their disgusting bullshit. Kale. Who eats kale? I'll tell you who, Broccoli Hitler. You wanna be like that guy? Because you are, eating all this crap. You know who isn't though? Super Cream. That's this guy, Super Cream. Looks a lot like Superman, only his weakness isn't kryptonite. It's the enamel on his own teeth, probably. Hey, speaking of Super Cream, he's one of the 5 characters you can choose from. There's also a little kid, a samurai, an anime girl, and some kind of abominable snow monster. Because obviously, right, when the fate of the planet hangs in the balance, who else you gonna turn to? A girl in a belly shirt, riding into battle on a flying lollipop. She was born a hero. Or she's hallucinating, which would probably mean that's probably not a lollipop. So obviously, Ice Cream Surfer is a shoot 'em up, and it's pixelated, which means I'm interested. It's like watching a bad acid trip come to life, which means we got a bum tab. Who would call about that? The Yeti? Actually, you know what? Doesn't even matter. It's still strange and strange. Hey, you signed up for a ride. Ice Cream Surfer gives you one. Doesn't mean it's a great one. Then again, we just killed a giant birthday cake. So the concept is such that as you're playing it, you have to rub your eyes and slap your own face to make sure you haven't somehow left your body. It's weird. It's a weird game. And I love the concept. And I love the pixelated art. I mean, the backgrounds are a bit too normal for a game this trippy, but the sprites are great, the game sounds okay, it looks good. Unfortunately, it doesn't play as good. And that's not even a sentence, but we're shooting sun pimples here. If you're worried about grammar, I have to wonder if you're fully appreciating the fact that we're shooting sun pimples here. Anyway, problems here are twofold. One, there's not really much to the gameplay. I mean, you stack up your weapon, you have a special attack, that's about it. So there's just not much to this. And two, there's not much to this. You know, there's only about 6 levels, and even though they've got different enemies and aesthetics, it all kind of feels the same. You know, there's just not much variation. So it's short on length and content. And there's also some strange design decisions too. Like for example, you know, you have various collectibles, power-ups to grab, but the screen's also got enemies and bullets all over the place. So it's hard to tell good things from bad things sometimes. The screen just gets a little too crowded for its own good. And actually, that has a few other drawbacks too. Specifically, the game suffers from a lot of slowdown. So typically, when the screen starts getting crowded, the game starts slowing down. Obviously not ideal for a shoot 'em up. So obviously, there are a couple design issues here, but one of my pet peeves is actually unclear design. That's what annoys me most in games. And there's some of that in Ice Cream Surfer. Like, you have these different characters, right? But the game doesn't really tell you what's different about them. It's just, oh, pick a character. No details or anything. And that's the kind of thing that's like, I mean, come on. Yeah, every character select screen should have some kind of stats bars or something, but then you start the game, and it never tells you how to play either. No quick little text boxes that say, hey, this does this, that does that. It takes like 5 seconds. You know, clarity and simplicity for the user. It's not asking much, is it? Especially when the user probably thinks they're hallucinating as it is. But to be honest, Ice Cream Surfer is kind of a tricky game to review, because it's definitely a fun game to play. You know, it's got old school gameplay, it's got some great pixels, some legitimately bizarre ideas. Hey, I love bizarre, but as fun and bizarre as it can be, it's more of a snack than something filling, you know? It's really short, It's kind of shallow and repetitive. It's not the most polished or well-designed game. Which is shocking, I know, for a game about shooting evil legumes. Actually, broccoli isn't even a legume. Wait, why are we talking about this? It's Ice Cream Surfer for the Nintendo Wii U.